For years, we've been talking to AI, right? Asking it questions, getting it to brainstorm with us, but that whole game has completely changed. Today, we're going to break down a massive shift that's happening right now. We're moving from just thinking with AI to actually acting with it. We're talking about turning simple commands into real-world results. And yeah, real revenue. So let's just jump right in with a pretty wild question. I want you to imagine flipping your whole business on its head. What if the most expensive, most complicated part of everything you do, the actual human effort, what if that could become your most powerful, scalable, and, well, tireless asset? Look, we all know the old grind, the endless hours writing content, wrestling with ad platforms, building pages that just don't convert. Well, according to the source material we're looking at today, that whole way of working, it's obsolete. It's over. Those manual, frustrating tasks that pretty much defined online business for the last decade, you just don't have to do them anymore.
So what's actually driving this massive change? It's a really fundamental shift in what AI even is. We used to think of it as a sort of disembodied brain, but now it's a worker.
This breaks it down perfectly. It started as a brain, right? It could think and give you answers. Then it got eyes and ears. It could see your screen, it could understand your commands. But the real revolution, the thing that changes everything, is the final step. AI grew arms and legs. It can literally log into platforms, click buttons, and navigate complex systems just like a person would. It's not just a tool anymore. It's an active, automated workforce.
And that's the core idea right there. The moment an AI can actually execute a complex process for you from start to finish, well, you're not dealing with a chatbot anymore. That's labor, pure and simple. And listen, this isn't some fringe idea. This is coming from the top. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, put it perfectly. The real threat isn't the technology itself. It's the absolutely massive competitive advantage it gives to the people who actually use it. Okay, so if AI is the new labor, how do you manage it? The source material here proposes a whole new model, deploying what it calls an AI army. This is all about getting incredible leverage without all the headaches that come with hiring people. And the contrast is just stark. The old model, hiring humans, it's expensive, it's slow, it's honestly kind of fragile. But this new model, you're deploying AI workers that are instant, tireless, and can scale up or down in a second. They don't get tired, they never quit, and they just sit there executing revenue-generating tasks for you 24/7. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but what does it actually look like? How does it work in practice? Well, the source material lays out several automated business models. Let's take a look at a couple of them.
All right, first up is something called freelance service arbitrage. The concept here is really simple. You go out and find clients who need services, things like logo design, web copy, you name it. Then, you use an AI agent to manage the entire fulfillment process, whether that's generating the content itself or connecting to other services to get it done. And this is what that looks like in action. You're seeing the AI agent manage the whole pipeline. It's finding leads, it's tracking jobs that are in progress, it's marking tasks as complete. It's basically an automated project manager for your entire freelance business.
And here's the kicker. That entire active pipeline, which is worth over $2,500, is being managed automatically. This is where you see the insane value of just taking action. You set up a system that builds and manages revenue for you while you sleep.
Okay, let's check out another one real quick. YouTube Faceless Channels. The name says it all. You never show your face. The AI becomes your entire content creation team. It does the scripting, it finds the visuals, it even generates the voiceovers to create and publish videos at a scale a human team could only dream of.
And the scale here is just mind-blowing. I mean, look at this snapshot. We're talking about a channel with over 42,000 subscribers pulling in 1.2 million views a month and generating almost $4,000 in monthly revenue. All of it driven by an automated process.
So, what does all of this add up to? The source calls it the unfair execution advantage. And it's really simple. In today's world, the real competitive edge isn't just having a brilliant idea, it's being able to execute on that idea faster than anyone else. This is what that advantage looks like in real terms. You build faster, you launch your products faster, you can test new ideas faster, you scale faster. You completely stop getting bogged down in managing tasks and start focusing purely on the outcomes you want to achieve.
And that is the huge mindset shift. The moment this really clicks is when you stop thinking about every little step in a process. You just describe the end result you want, and you realize the AI can handle all the steps to get you there. It's a total game changer.
But according to the source, there's a real sense of urgency here. The clock is ticking. Right now, today, most people are still confused by all this, which gives the early movers a massive, massive advantage. But in a year, this stuff starts to become normal. And in 18 months, anyone who hasn't adapted is going to be playing a desperate game of catch-up.
So that brings us to a really clear moment of decision. There are basically two paths you can take from here.
You can choose the hard way. Stay stuck in the daily grind, spending hours on tasks AI does in minutes, and just watch your competitors fly right past you. Or you can make the smart move. Deploy AI to handle the execution, take back your time, and focus on strategy, and scale your revenue without burning yourself out.
This quote just sums it up perfectly. The people who take action now are going to look like they somehow hired a whole team of experts overnight. And the people who wait, they're just going to be standing there wondering what on earth just happened.
And let's be super clear about this. This isn't about becoming some kind of AI coding genius. This is about using these new tools to own the one thing that truly matters in any business: execution.
So that really leaves us with one last question you've got to ask yourself. As all of this unfolds, are you going to be someone who just keeps prompting, or are you going to be someone who actually starts profiting?